What is drug repositioning? A. Developing new drugs. B. Discovering new uses for existing drugs. C. Combining multiple drugs for a synergistic effect. D. Withdrawing drugs from the market. The correct answer is B. Drug repositioning involves finding new therapeutic uses for existing drugs. Which of the following is not a benefit of drug repositioning? A. Reduced development costs. B. Faster approval process. C. Increased risk of adverse effects. D. Expanded treatment options. The correct answer is C. Drug repositioning can lead to increased treatment options and reduced development costs, but it does not necessarily increase the risk of adverse effects. What is another term for drug repositioning? A. Drug repurposing. B. New drug synthesis. C. Drug marketing. D. Drug rejection. The correct answer is A. Drug repositioning is also known as drug repurposing. Which of the following is an example of successful drug repositioning? A. Aspirin for pain relief. B. Ibuprofen for reducing inflammation. C. Thalidomide for treating leprosy. D. Statins for lowering cholesterol. The correct answer is C. Thalidomide was originally marketed as a sedative and antiemetic, but was later discovered to be effective in treating leprosy. Why is drug repositioning gaining popularity in the pharmaceutical industry? A. It requires less regulatory approval. B. It has a higher success rate than new drug development. C. It can be done without clinical trials. D. It is more cost-effective than new drug development. The correct answer is B. Drug repositioning is becoming popular because it has a higher success rate compared to developing entirely new drugs. Which phase of drug development is ideal for considering drug repositioning opportunities? A. Preclinical development. B. Phase I clinical trials. C. Phase III clinical trials. D. Post-marketing surveillance. The correct answer is D. Post-marketing surveillance is an ideal phase for identifying new uses for existing drugs. What is the primary challenge of drug repositioning? A. Patent expiration. B. Regulatory hurdles. C. Lack of available drugs. D. Limited market demand. The correct answer is B. Regulatory hurdles can pose a significant challenge to drug repositioning efforts. Which type of drug is most commonly considered for repositioning? A. Generic drugs. B. Newly approved drugs. C. Off-patent drugs. D. Experimental drugs. The correct answer is C. Off-patent drugs are often considered for repositioning due to their established safety profiles. What role does bioinformatics play in drug repositioning? A. Identifying drug targets for new diseases. B. Designing clinical trials. C. Developing new chemical entities. D. Monitoring adverse effects. The correct answer is A. Bioinformatics tools can help identify potential drug targets for repositioning existing drugs. Which regulatory agency oversees drug repositioning efforts in the United States? A. FDA. B. EMA. C. WHO. D. CDC. The correct answer is A. The Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, oversees drug repositioning initiatives in the United States. What is the primary goal of drug repositioning in pharmaceutical research and development? A. To discover new drugs. B. To identify new therapeutic uses for existing drugs. C. To streamline the drug development process. D. To reduce healthcare costs. The correct answer is B. The primary goal of drug repositioning is to identify new therapeutic uses for existing drugs, saving time and resources in drug development. Which of the following is a key advantage of drug repositioning over traditional drug development? A. Lower risk of adverse effects. B. Faster approval process. C. Higher profit margins. D. Higher success rate in clinical trials. The correct answer is B. One key advantage of drug repositioning is the faster approval process compared to developing a new drug from scratch. In drug repositioning, what does the term off-label use refer to? A. Using drugs past their expiration date. B. Using drugs in a way not specified on the label. C. Using drugs without a prescription. D. Using drugs in combination with other medications. The correct answer is B. Off-label use in drug repositioning refers to using drugs in a way not specified on the label for a new therapeutic purpose. Which of the following factors contributes to the growing interest in drug repositioning? A. Decreased competition in the pharmaceutical market. B. Increasing costs of drug development. C. Limited number of available drugs. D. Reduced need for clinical trials. The correct answer is B. The increasing costs of drug development contribute to the growing interest in drug repositioning as a cost-effective strategy. What is a potential risk associated with drug repositioning? A. Lack of intellectual property protection. B. Limited market exclusivity. C. Increased competition from generic drugs. D. Higher risk of adverse effects. The correct answer is A. A potential risk of drug repositioning is the lack of sufficient intellectual property protection for repurposed drugs. How can bioinformatics tools aid in drug repositioning efforts? A. By identifying potential drug-drug interactions. B. By predicting drug specificity for targeted pathways. C. By accelerating drug metabolism. D. By reducing side effects of repurposed drugs. The correct answer is B. Bioinformatics tools can predict how well a drug will bind to a target protein, aiding in identifying potential drug repositioning candidates. Which type of drug is often considered the most promising for repositioning due to its known safety profile? A. Chemotherapy drugs. B. Biologics. C. Over-the-counter medications. D. Existing antibiotics. The correct answer is C. Over-the-counter medications are often considered promising for repositioning due to their well-known safety profiles and wide usage. What role can patient data play in drug repositioning initiatives? A. Identifying novel therapeutic targets. B. Predicting drug resistance mechanisms. C. Validating drug safety profiles. D. Optimizing dosing regimens. The correct answer is A. Patient data can help identify novel therapeutic targets and guide drug repositioning initiatives by analyzing treatment outcomes and responses. Which regulatory agency oversees drug repositioning efforts in the European Union? A. European Medicines Agency, EMA. B. European Food Safety Authority, EFSA. C. European Chemicals Agency, ECHA. D. European Banking Authority, EBA. The correct answer is A. The European Medicines Agency, or EMA, oversees drug repositioning efforts and regulatory approvals in the European Union. What is the main advantage of drug repositioning compared to traditional drug development methods? A. Quicker regulatory approval process. B. Significantly lower costs. C. Less need for clinical trials. D. Higher success rate in reaching the market. The correct answer is C. Repositioned drugs typically have a faster path to regulatory approval. This is due to existing safety data from their original indication, which reduces the need for extensive clinical trials. How can bioinformatics tools aid in drug repositioning efforts? A. By identifying potential new drug targets. B. By predicting drug-drug interactions. C. By analyzing large datasets for drug repurposing opportunities. D. By optimizing drug delivery mechanisms. The correct answer is C. Bioinformatics tools can analyze vast amounts of data to identify potential drug repositioning opportunities by assessing compound similarities, target interactions, and other relevant factors. What type of drug is often considered the most promising for repositioning due to its known safety profile? A. Biologics. B. Naturals. C. Small molecules. D. Oncology drugs. The correct answer is A. Biologics are often considered promising candidates for drug repositioning due to their well-understood safety profiles and known mechanisms of action. What role can patient data play in drug repositioning initiatives? A. Identifying new drug targets. B. Validating drug efficacy. C. Predicting adverse drug reactions. D. Informing personalized medicine approaches. The correct answer is D. Patient data can inform personalized medicine approaches in drug repositioning by identifying subpopulations that may respond well to repurposed drugs based on their characteristics and medical history. What does the term drug repositioning refer to in pharmaceutical research and development? A. Developing new drugs from scratch. B. Repurposing existing drugs for new therapeutic uses. C. Testing drugs on animal models. D. Assessing drug safety in clinical trials. The correct answer is B. Drug repositioning involves repurposing existing drugs for new uses. This offers a faster and potentially more cost-effective approach than developing entirely new drugs. What makes drug repositioning an attractive strategy in pharmaceutical research and development? A. Lower cost compared to traditional drug development. B. Faster time to market for new drugs. C. Decreased regulatory hurdles. D. Guaranteed success in clinical trials. The correct answer is A. One key advantage of drug repositioning is its potential for lower costs compared to developing new drugs, as existing safety and pharmacokinetic data can expedite the process. How can bioinformatics tools aid in drug repositioning efforts? A. By identifying potential drug target interactions. B. By conducting clinical trials. C. By manufacturing new drugs. D. By validating new chemical entities. The correct answer is A. Bioinformatics tools can help identify potential drug target interactions. They can also predict drug repurposing opportunities. And finally, they guide decision-making in repurposing existing drugs for new uses. Which type of drug is often considered promising for repositioning due to its known safety profile? A. Biologics. B. Opioids. C. Blood thinners. D. Antibiotics. The correct answer is C. Drugs with well-established safety profiles, like blood thinners, are often considered promising candidates for repositioning due to the lower risk of unexpected adverse events. In drug repositioning, what does the term off-label use refer to? A. Using a drug for a different indication than originally approved. B. Using a drug without medical supervision. C. Using a drug without a prescription. D. Using a drug without informed consent. The correct answer is A. Off-label use means using a drug for something other than what it was approved for, or using a different dose than approved. How can bioinformatics tools aid in drug repositioning efforts? A. By identifying potential drug target interactions. B. By manufacturing new drugs. C. By conducting clinical trials. D. By marketing repurposed drugs. The correct answer is A. Bioinformatics tools can aid in drug repositioning efforts by analyzing large datasets to identify potential drug-target interactions and predict the efficacy of repurposed drugs. Which type of drug is often considered the most promising for repositioning due to its known safety profile? A. Biologics. B. OTC drugs. C. Antibiotics. D. Repurposed drugs. The correct answer is B. Over-the-counter drugs, or OTC drugs, are often considered promising for repositioning due to their known safety profiles and established use in the general population. What is a key advantage of drug repositioning over traditional drug development methods? A. Decreased cost and time. B. Higher regulatory hurdles. C. Limited patient population. D. Increased market competition. The correct answer is A. Drug repositioning offers the advantage of decreased cost and time compared to traditional drug development methods, making it an attractive option for pharmaceutical companies. Which regulatory agency oversees drug repositioning efforts in the European Union? A. AMEA. B. FDA. C. EMA. D. USP. The correct answer is C. The European Medicines Agency, or EMA, oversees drug repositioning efforts in the European Union, providing regulatory guidance and approval processes. What makes drug repositioning attractive in pharmaceutical R&D? A. Lower success rates. B. Higher costs. C. Faster development timeline. D. Decreased regulatory oversight. The correct answer is C. One of the main attractions of drug repositioning is its faster development timeline compared to traditional drug development, allowing for quicker entry into the market with existing drugs. How can bioinformatics tools aid in drug repositioning efforts? A. Identifying potential drug-drug interactions. B. Accelerating clinical trial timelines. C. Mapping genetic variations. D. Predicting adverse drug reactions. The correct answer is C. Bioinformatics tools can aid in drug repositioning efforts by mapping genetic variations that could indicate new potential uses for existing drugs in different disease contexts.